Hi, this tutorial is about exploding assemblies. Let's go to Configuration Manager. You can create explosions under default or other configurations by right-clicking and seeing New Exploded View. In this case, let's create a new configuration and name it as Exploded View number 1 and say OK. And right-click on it and say New Exploded View. This is how it works. You select the parts and you select the direction by just a single click and enter a value along that direction and say apply, and the part moves along that direction. You can change it dynamically to see where it's leading, or you can change the direction like this. By the logical detachment, you should follow, when you're exploding, you should follow a logical detachment motion. So we're assuming that we are supposed to detach this part prior to this one, so I'm just moving this one up first. When you're done, say done, and move on to the next explode, which is going to move both of these parts along this direction. Click once and give a value, say 80 millimeters, apply, and done. If you want to change anything, you double click and change it. And say done when you're done. And that's it. Say OK. Here's your exploded view. In addition to exploded view, before that, I will have to show you how to collapse this and explode it back. And moreover, you can animate this by using the animation controller. You have 3 modes: just normal mode, forwards, reciprocate, back and forth, and loop mode. And there are the speeds. You can adjust the speeds, and you can stop it for once and back to the start. And you can save the animation. You can change video effects here, so I'll not go over those. Just save. And yes, I'm going to replace it. You can adjust the quality, etc. Say OK. And when you're done, you can stop it. That's it. And now let's see how that video looks like. Oops. But you can see half the video. That's okay. So this is how you animate your explosion. Moreover to that, let's explode it. You can add line sketches to your explosions so that you make visible how the part is exploded on your draft. This is how it goes. From Insert, Explode Line Sketch, and I will select this line and this axis. I can change the path using this. I can reverse it. I can use arrows to reverse it back and forth if it's the way I want. I use it. You can even move this line back and forth. So I think this is fine, and I will just accept it. And I will continue adding a rotating line to this and this, for example. But it doesn't look like the way I want, so I will just reverse it. No. And I will just have to reverse this one, and this is fine now. and say OK, and done. And now I can do, I'm still in the sketch, see, I can do this. I can move this point here by deleting my coincidences and moving it here like this. You don't have to go into it. I'll do the same thing on the other side. I will just move this. It doesn't move, so I will just have to click and erase the newly created constraint, and now I'm going to move it. You cannot really catch it. It looks like it's catching it, but it's still free, so I'll just leave it where it is. If you want to make it coincident, you can just select these two and make concentric, and it will be stationary where you leave it. So these are the line sketches to your explosion. And here's a mistake. I will have to change that. So how do I change that? Let's see here. Right click, edit sketch. Now I will have to move it here like this, and this one I will have to move it up, but I will just have to erase that one, this one. So move it up here and make them concentric. And I think this one, it's still free. Let's see how it's going to move. And exit the sketch. And now let's see what happens when I change my explosion. Edit feature. Let's say this explosion step, I'll change it to 120 millimeters. Done. I will change this one, double clicking, and increase that. Looks like it's all following except this one, because I did not make it concentric, so I will have to edit the sketch and make this one concentric to that circle. But before, we have to move it back here somewhere close. And now I can make it concentric and exit the sketch. Now it's fine. And using this, you can create a technical drawing that's to be covered in the next part. Thank you.